Welcome! This is a 360 video tour of Kayuta Lake Campground at the foothills of the Adirondack Mountains. To use this 360 tour, grab the screen with your mouse and look left, right, up, or down. Interact with it just like you would Google Streetview. If you look down, you'll see that there's a map that follows us along as we go on this tour. As you can see, we're coming up on site A1 on the left and B1 on the right. If the picture's a bit grainy, make sure to increase your quality setting as high as your bandwidth will allow. At any moment in time, you can jump forward or backward by using the progress bar on the video toolbar. This tour is provided for you to allow you to see how beautiful our park is. Set in a wooded setting, we are adjacent to Kayuta Lake and have a large family-friendly property for you to enjoy. The vast majority of our RV sites are for seasonal guests, but you'll note that there are many very nice non-occupied sites available for short-term and overnight guests. With this 360 tour, if you see a site you like, make a note of it. When you go to book, see if that site's available, and let us know if you have any special requests for a site. We are now passing D1, D2, and D3 on the left, and passing site C1, C2, and C3 on the right. Our guests at Kayuta Lake Campground enjoy the outdoors. They bring their boats, canoes, bikes, family, and friends to enjoy our massive property. We have a lovely pool area, which you'll be seeing shortly, and our seasonal guests work hard to keep their sites and their areas clean and well maintained. While that is said, we also like to keep a little bit of a rustic feel because it is camping and we want that more natural mountain atmosphere. You're now passing on our right one of our bathhouses with restrooms and showers. We'll take this first stretch here back to some seasonal sites that are generally well booked out. They're very private back here, and these are sites E3 through E9. We're careful in assigning these sites to units that are small enough to navigate in this tight area. This is actually the narrowest part of our campground, and so we use caution when assigning units back into here. As you can see, these sites front against the forest and provide a very private feel for guests staying at the park. At Kayuta Lake Campground, we're working hard to improve our amenities, improve the feel, and make our park a place that you want to come to again and again. We're now looking at sites E8 and E9. And then we'll jump back over to site C7. As we make this left-hand turn, on your right will be site C7. C8, C9, and C10. Again, if you want to see where you're at, simply look down and you'll see a cursor. Follow us along the site. We captured this 360 video during the middle of the week, in between move-outs and move-ins, to give you a really open view of the property without a lot of people on site during the capture. Our weekends, this park is filled with family and friends enjoying the amenities. Golf carts are allowed. Many people bring them along to cruise the roads and get from here up to the family-friendly amenities near the front. Walking and biking is also fun. And out in the back, our property has a large, primitive camping area that's a great destination to go for a leisurely stroll through the forest. On our left are sites H8, H10, 11, and 12. Now we get a look at our most popular amenity, the beautiful pool. The pool is situated in an open area, allowing for plenty of sunlight to keep you nice and warm when you're enjoying our warm pool. Directly ahead of us is our store and office area. It's also a small cafe in there. It's where we have a lot of the special activities, and it's the hub of all activities here at the campground. We'll now make a left-hand turn and head up the row with site H1 and H2 on our left, and I1, I2, and I3 on our right. You'll note that our seasonal units in here are rather large, and that's because this park has been designed smartly to make it easy to back into and get out of the campsites. A good example is this site on our right. Notice how it's a slight angle to get in, allowing you to easily back in with your trailer. We're now looking at G3, G2, and G1 on our right, and H5, H6, and H7. Over between H5 and H6 on your left-hand side is our other bathhouse and shower facility. Kayuta Lake Campground is a beautiful, amenity-packed, family-friendly, dog-friendly campground and vacation spot located at the foothills of the Adirondacks. Whether you go explore the Adirondacks, visit many attractions in the area, or simply lay back, relax, and let the kids have fun, we hope you find Kayuta Lake Campground to be the perfect choice for your getaway. By now you're probably noticing that our seasonal guests have pride of ownership in their sites and in their stuff. We take pride in knowing that our guests enjoy being here and enjoy sharing our beautiful property with others. We're now passing site G8 and G9 on the left, and F2 and F1 on our right. We will then jump back to the main road and finish the tour around this loop. We have wooded and grassy sites ranging from water electric sites to full hookups with 30 or 50 amp electric. Every campsite is equipped with a fire ring, a picnic table, and there's plenty of space for your enjoyment and relaxation. These sites on our right, I-12 through I-15, are the most sought after of all of the seasonal sites, because as you'll notice, their front areas face out to a ravine. They have a really private setting to their campsites. Seasonal guests are allowed to improve their sites within reason, and many have taken that to add gravel and decks and make their space an excellent spot to come enjoy the property. We will now jump ahead to Loop J. The first site you'll have on your right is J10, and the first one on the left is J6. This area is dedicated to short-term and overnight guests. If you like to rough it, these are excellent wooded, primitive tent camping sites and primitive RV sites. This area is also very popular for groups that want to plan a family get-together or a get-together with friends and rent out an entire area. They use the center section on the right as their gathering area and pick the campsites throughout the area that best suit them. There are electrical utility boxes out in this area, and this is the closest area down to the lake. There's a good mix of sun and shade at Kayuta Lake Campground. Now we're going to take a close look at the front of the store. You'll stop right up here to get your registration and sign in. Across from the store is our playground and playhouse. The playhouse is an open building that allows guests to gather, play bingo, have special events, and play the arcade games. Now we'll jump over to our 300 section and take a look at our two cabins. The first one is here on the right, cabin 1, and on our left will be cabin 2. You'll note site 300 on our right and 302 on our left. These sites are massive in size. For example, 302, if you get back in the trees there, that is one of the more private overnight sites and has plenty of room for even the biggest units. Adjacent to it is 303, and similar to 302, also has plenty of room. On your right, sites 301, 304, and 306 are also excellent choices for short-term guests with larger units. As we travel further back in this section, you'll see that many of the sites are taken by seasonal guests, and that is what is located further back on this row. We're now taking you out around the playhouse. Take a look at our Gaga ball pit here on the left, the open grassy area for games, and then right now we're passing our dump station. You'll see that it's an easy exit out onto the main road or back to your campsite. Directly ahead of us is a fenced-in basketball and play area. We've now jumped out to a special area at Kayuta Lake Campground. This area we believe rivals state parks, county parks, and the more natural settings you want to go camping in. This is our Pine Grove primitive area. As you come here, you'll notice there's a pavilion here on the right, and that pavilion has back-end, water, and electric 30-amp electric campsites along it. It's a perfect spot for gatherings and family reunions. But before we take a closer look at that, you'll notice that here on the left, straight ahead, and on the right are plenty of dispersed camping areas that are perfect spots to come out with family and tent camp in a more rugged, rustic feel with the full amenities of the park a short walking distance away. There are some porta potties located out in this area, but you do have access to our shower house and bath house back over in the main loops. This area is incredibly scenic all day long with some breathtaking shadows and lighting conditions in the mornings and in the evenings. You'll see that it's mowed grass, naturally irrigated, and there are plenty of sites tucked into the trees and out on their own to allow you to come out here and enjoy a very peaceful and scenic setting. There are sites sprinkled throughout this entire area. And if you're looking for a truly unique camping experience, this location has got that covered. For example, campsites T20 and T28 on our left-hand side are perfect places to tent camp or even camp in your RV and feel like you're miles from anybody else. For guests in our main area, this is a wonderful spot to come walk, look for wildlife, bird life, and just listen to the sounds of silence and nature. We captured this footage just before a busy weekend. And that weekend we had about 10 campers out in this area, but it was still as peaceful and quiet as it is right now on this tour. There's nobody camping out here right now. We'll now take a closer look at the pavilion area. This area is available for rent, and as noted earlier, there are back-end water electric RV sites along the sides of the pavilion. Covered pavilion has a packed, decomposed gravel floor, perfect for barn dances, weddings, events, or anything you think will fit inside this classic structure. Lastly, straight ahead of us are our two most popular overnight campsites, T26 and T25. These back-end style water and electric campsites are massive in size. You can fit any size unit into these sites, and you're camping out here in the Pine Grove area, and you can feel miles away from anybody else. Let's take a closer look at these two sites. Now we're going to take a trip down to namesake location, Kayuta Lake. This is our access road down to Kayuta Lake. It's a paved, one-lane access road that does drop down an incline to the lakeside. There is parking down here. You're welcome to drive your vehicle down and park. Kayuta Lake is a beautiful freshwater lake. We do have docks available and an easy-to-access boat launch. There are canoe rentals, and many of our guests bring kayaks and paddleboards along with them when they come visit our park. This is the boat ramp. Due to the extra rain this year, the water level is slightly higher than normal. But as you can see, we have mooring area. For guests, these are very popular and booked up well in advance. There is plenty of room to park a boat on a trailer and launch it easily at that launch ramp. We have fishing docks that jut out into the water, and there's miles of lake at your fingertips. We invite you to come discover Kayuta Lake Campground. This 360 tour hopefully helped you discover our amazing location. We look forward to seeing you soon here. Go to kayuta.com or call 315-831-5077.